Oh, hey there! There's a dog in my shirt.
What's up, internet? It's your boy Danny.
What is up, guys? Welcome to the vlog. We're just getting started.
What's up, you beautiful bastards? Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday.
Good morning, Hank. It's Tuesday.
So we're looking at vlogs. Firstly, what makes them unique as a media technique, but also a little bit about the history of the vlog and what were the kind of societal and cultural preconditions that allow for the vlog to exist. I also want to touch on the current state of discourse around vlogging, what people are talking about and where this kind of discussion is taking place. And then lastly, we'll get a little metaphysical, see how consumption of vlogging type content can impact the way that we perceive time and space. Web 2.0 was a term that began to float around in the early 2000s and was used to describe a shift throughout the internet to sites that were more focused on user-generated content as opposed to the static and passive content that was mostly being put out by the standard media producers. Producage is another closely linked concept wherein the lines between user and producer are blurred. Bruns and Schmidt describe a dissolving of the traditional production models and an entirely new model where individuals collaboratively create bodies of work. Vlogging is a natural extension of this. We can see that individual independent creators are contributing to these vast bodies of work. Even though we tend to think of YouTube, for example, as an entity, a contained media viewing experience, but it is actually made up of thousands upon thousands of independent creators. And these creators are not usually linked to any media publishers or producers. They're free to voice their own opinions without the need to toe the party line. We see a lot of vloggers having their say on current affairs and in some ways becoming a source of news and information. And at least part of the success of these vlogs as a news source is related to a growing distrust of the media and a desire for audiences to seek alternative sources of information. It is worth noting that while consumption of user-generated news content may be a reaction to perceived dishonesty and inaccuracy of the press, it doesn't necessarily solve any of these problems. In fact, we may be seeing the next wave, Web 3.0, coming as a shift to a more personalized internet that basically just gives users more of exactly what they've been looking at. The filter bubble has been used by Eli Pariser to describe what happens when algorithms interpret our viewing habits and preferences and then eventually leads to a web experience where you get no variety, but you just can keep consuming the same type of content and opinions over and over. The vlog has really evolved from the remix, user-generated culture that exists online. Some crude vlogs began to appear in the early to mid-2000s, and then these were reinterpreted and reimagined by countless vloggers since. A lot of the discourse of what a vlog is and the purpose they serve and how it has sort of evolved has taken place on the same media platforms where these vlogs are appearing. We see YouTube with a very active community engaging on the comments, talking directly with vloggers about what they like, don't like, what they want to see more of. The audience really has an impact into how the format evolves. Then there is also this borrowing and collaborating culture between vloggers who have sort of altogether collaboratively forged the mold of what a vlog is. There is also some academic research in the media and communications field discussing vlogging as a new media, and we do see it popping up in news from time to time. One current issue that seems to be pressing in all these discursive sites is the evolution of sponsored vlogs and the use of paid promotion. Many of the online community feels it takes away from their idealized view of what they want to see in online videos, while vloggers and YouTubers themselves are defending the idea, saying that they are like any other business that needs to survive and that sponsorship won't necessarily affect their opinions or cause any bias. As Bruns and Schmidt described earlier, in the new era of the web, we see continually mutable bodies of work. The catalog of vlogs on YouTube is such an example, as it is constantly growing and evolving each day. But at the same time, many videos stay on YouTube for years, and we can go back and watch some of the earliest vlogs. Although traditional media has always had archives in some form or another, the backlog of vlogs on the internet differs in that there can still be a strong audience engagement with even the oldest videos. Time is compressed as we have a decade worth of vlog content at our fingertips. For some of the longest running vloggers like Vlogbrothers or Phillip DeFranco, we can flick from their earliest videos over 10 years ago straight to their latest updates. The vlogging technique also compresses time and space within each video. Most vlogs are generally set up as a kind of day in the life episode. So we're seeing a 24-hour period condensed into a 5-minute video. This is a very literal embodiment of Hitchcock's quote, "What is drama but life with the dull bits cut out?" We're also seeing the compression of space with travel vlogs, vlogs about different kinds of adventures into places that we might not be able to physically experience ourselves. Through these vlogs, we are having these virtual experiences in a way that transcends time and space. The vlog, being distinctively intimate and personal, as well as the use of point-of-view camera work and less polished editing, makes the experience feel more authentic. We can see how something like this feels a lot more like a real experience of Cambodia than something like this.
This is one very special place.
In general, I think that's what attracts audiences to this form of media. It feels more authentic. It responds to an apparent socio-cultural trend of distrust of manufactured media and gives audiences something that is a little more human. The variety of opinions and experiences viewers have access to excites a lot of optimism about the format, but that same user choice also becomes a limiting factor in terms of what the user actually clicks on and watches and gets to see.